Pikmin is a franchise that came out at exactly the right time. Well, for me. So let's go back to the launch of the Gamecube. I completed Luigi's Mansion rather quickly, and I wanted more. I wanted to play with my new console. Go to the title screen, and hey, there's a special Pikmin video, and this looks incredible, so I ran over to Blockbuster and rented it. And then I rented it again, and then decided, hey, maybe I should just buy this game. This is it. This is where it all started, both for the franchise and for me as a fan. In fact, I love this game so much, I took it out of the case that Blockbuster defiled with its stickers, and instead put Army Men Sarge's War? Anyway, I put a different, much crappier game in the crappy case. This had to be pristine. Fortunately, not much I could do about the sticker on the disc itself. So what is the purpose of today's video? We're talking about Pikmin stuff. I'm not a hardcore collector. There are probably better videos on this platform. Nonetheless, I have some cool stuff, a variety of things I'd like to, I guess, show off or showcase for you today. It should be fun, maybe. So we're gonna fly through the obvious ones. I got Pikmin 1, I got Pikmin 2. This is maybe worth showing because if you live in America, you have a different cover. This is the Canadian version. Frankly, you guys got the better deal here. I like the claymation aspect, and if you look real close, this blurry thing is actually a Bulborb watching the Pikmin on this branch. But this ain't got nothing on the other one. I mean, come on, it's not even close. These are the new Play Control versions for Wii, and hey, what do you know? I do have a copy of the American art. Like I said, much cooler. I'm tempted to buy a copy of the American Gamecube game just to get the full experience, but I got bills to pay and that doesn't seem like a practical use of my money. These were cool at the time because they gave, well, people like the Wii controls. I'm a big fan of the stick aiming. I don't need the motion controls. I know it's probably technically better, but just not my preference. But I did like some of the quality of life features these introduced and also the widescreen support. This was great for a time, but now we got these bad boys. It's got all the quality life features plus options for stick or motion controls. This is the best of all worlds and a must-own title for Switch owners. But before we go all in on Switch territory, it's Pikmin 3 for Wii U, a completely useless thing to own at this point. This is better in every way, but maybe one. I would say this is just a nicer presentation. If you have the Switch version, you don't get this gorgeous manual and disc artwork. This is not worth going to eBay or Amazon and dropping serious cash, but I bought this when it was new and hung on to it because, like, well, you know, it's a piece of history. Like I said, I'm a Pikmin collector. I was gonna own this regardless, and I simply didn't get rid of it. Another one, if you're a Pikmin fan, this isn't special, you probably have it. Pikmin 4 for Switch. Yet not much else to say. You gotta buy it, you know, it's a Pikmin game and it's a good one. I have Hey Pikmin. I did beat it once. I stuck it through and did it. I won't even say it's bad. It's just, this is definitely something that should have existed in another era. If this was on Game Boy Advance and it was your only portable Pikmin option, it might have some merit, you know? It doesn't quite capture the feel of the series, but it's okay. It'll do in a pinch. But why bother when you can play like the whole series on Switch now? Anyway, that's all I gotta say. It's fine, it's decent, but because it has no real value and it's easily the weakest Pikmin game, the only real reason to buy this is if you're a collector. Or maybe if you're die-hard and you absolutely have to beat every game in the series. And I, if nothing else, am die-hard. I bought the games in Japanese for the GameCube. These are just adorable versions to own. With Pikmin 1, there's not like any real reason except to see like the alternative case and disc artwork. It does look very different from our version, but that's where it kind of begins and ends. Pikmin 2, on the other hand, this is a little more special. Not only does this version have different product placement, you know, stuff you would find in Japan versus North America, it also has a few neat bonuses. Now I got this used, so I don't know if this is the complete or not, but it has e-reader cards. The funny thing is these are wrapped in plastic and I would like never open it. I'm really curious to see what's inside and I'm never gonna sell this. But it's sealed. These are the problems gamers face, or at least collectors. Again, I'm not a serious collector, but it almost seems sacrilege. Wait. I guess I could not fight temptation because, what do you know, I did open it up. And wow, you got the different colors, the different primary colors of Pikmin, and then you have the 3 captains from the game. This is the instructions on what to do with the cards. Yeah, I never really looked too much into this, probably because there's no way on Earth I was ever going to engage with this part of the game. Still, you know, very cool from a collecting standpoint, I would say. All right, now let's go into the amazing world of magazines. Yeah, this is Nintendo Power Volume 152. This is the one that basically announced the release of Pikmin, the original. It came in this kind of weird, mysterious black cover. It is attached, but if you open it up, you get the real cover, which is kind of better, honestly. But it's neat that I have this original version. I could definitely see someone just tearing this cover off. And in the interior here, it even has, this is haiku? The coverage in this issue is, you know, minimal. It goes up to, like, the end of the 3rd level, so the game's so short. Like, they couldn't just do the whole guide? Well, no, because you have to sell the strategy guide separately. I'd also say the maps aren't very good. They're fine. They're hand-drawn, and for me, the appeal of these early Nintendo Powers, well, one of the big appeals is often seeing the maps like a bird's eye view with in-game graphics. That's something you could watch like Boundary Break now on YouTube, and you can see way more than you ever did before. But back in the day, this was the way to see that. It was a novelty. In addition, we have Volume 183. This is the big Pikmin 2 issue. And I gotta say, I'm gonna take a second and confirm that what I gotta say is true. Yeah, I gotta say, this art, I think, is better than either version of the game, the Canadian or the American. This should be the cover of the game. It's great. Now this one, it's not really a guide like the 152. This one is more of a preview with just gorgeous artwork. I love when they combine the realistic environments with the clay figure Pikmin. And look, we got a whole sheet of Pikmin stickers. Yeah, this was part of my subscription. I never ripped those things out. I left all the posters intact. I let any kind of sticker or trading card was always left in the issue. So any Nintendo Power I got is pristine. Any Nintendo Power I bought used, not so much. Posters are almost always missing. But I did forget to mention, this one, you know, fair is fair. The poster may be gone, but they kept these stickers. I guess Pikmin and stickers go together pretty good. Like these are more general Gamecube. There is an Olimar Pikmin cover. And look at these. These are memory card stickers. So you can like write either who your memory card belongs to, like a name, or the contents. I would never use these. These are meant to stay as they are. And the last book I have, of course, is the official Pikmin 1 strategy guide. I don't have one for Pikmin 2 or 3 yet. My preference is to find a good deal at a garage sale. The more time passes, the less likely that seems. So if I really want them, I might need to shell out the cash. Such is the way. And I guess it makes sense, but this one also has the drawn maps as opposed to in-game graphics. Definitely knocks it down a notch. Like this strategy guide, it's really got two things going for it. It's got the field guide that shows the various enemies with like early sketches and talks about them. I always dig that kind of stuff where it treats it kind of like a real encyclopedia or piclopedia, if you will. And then the other thing it has here is an interview with a few of the developers, including Miyamoto, on the making of Pikmin. It's also a poster. I did not take it out. I'm not going to take it out. I'm curious, is it just to cover the game? Let's find out. I only need a peek and I'll know. Oh, this is something else. Oh, it's... Oh, okay. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, you know, I probably didn't take it out because it's not very good. Here, I'll flash a picture on the screen now while I fold this up. What have I done? Doesn't feel like it's right. Oh, does this go this way? Tell you, some of this stuff, it's in pristine condition until I decide to make a YouTube video about it, and then it gets wrecked. It should never be touched. Okay, that's probably... That seems correct. Whew. Alright, so we're moving on to things, you know, we're going from things you probably own, things you might own, more things you might own. This is the Captain Olimar Smash Amiibo. I think this was the first Amiibo that was like a must-own. I bought the Yoshi one as a novelty because I love Yoshi, but this was the first one where I'm like, oh shit, man, I need a Captain Olimar figure. Well, do I need it? I definitely really wanted one, and this is... They did a good job with it. He's got 3 of the basic Pikmin, the red, yellow, and blue. He's got his whistle. His helmet is translucent like this, very realistic. Even the little tip of his antenna is a translucent pinkish plastic. I like the pose a lot. It's just, as far as Amiibo go, this one's pretty top-notch, and it's all the more impressive that it was pretty early on in the product line. So at the time, there were a lot that were still pretty wonky. And this one, I think, came out pretty good. I also have the other Amiibo. In fact, I like this one a little better. It also has the flying Pikmin and the rock Pikmin. This came either with or I bought it at the same time as Hey Pikmin. Yeah, this was a tie-in with that game. And probably the best thing about it, this Amiibo is great. It's so big. There's a lot going on here. I like the... how this little screw here is kind of shiny. Yeah. Good sense of texture, even in the grass there. Wow. And the Pikmin are all in very cute poses. The blue one, generally not my favorite Pikmin, but in this case, it's very funny how he's hanging on for dear life. And you can see him scrambling with his feet there. Stuffies. We got Stuffies, yeah. I got this one because I was at the store and I saw something Pikmin related. I'm not like an addict, but at the time it wasn't a very common occurrence. It still really isn't. So, you know, if I'm out at Walmart and I see a Pikmin Stuffy, I'm gonna buy it. And like, I was pretty happy just to have the red guy. He's cute, he's a little cheap looking, but you know, it's a Stuffy, what do you want? The nose is maybe a little crooked. But then my wife was looking for something to fill out a birthday present, and she's like, oh, look, I'll get him the yellow one. Look how cute it is. And yes, the yellow Pikmin, I would say design-wise is my favorite. Those ears just can't be denied. He's got a bulb instead of a leaf, which is cute. And this one hails from Japan. Yeah, she imported this sucker, or someone did. And then sold it on eBay, I'm sure. And you know, when you have red and yellow, what are you gonna do? You're not just gonna have red and yellow. Like, these ones are different scales. This is World of Nintendo. This is from Japan. Are they different lines, or do they just screw up? Anyway, like I was saying, you got red and you got yellow. You gotta get blue. All right, guys, get out of here. You gotta get blue to go with red and yellow. And blue, this one's also from Japan, And I swear to God, it's official. It has to be. It's got the tag. It's in scale. The little tag attached to the actual stuffed animal is official looking. But man, they just... Like it's in scale with yellow. But look what they did. Like, look at the back of this guy's head. It's like E.T. This guy's like a freakazoid, man. He's not cute at all. He's kind of freaky and ugly. But I love him. You know, I got the 3... I'm a happy camper. I got the 3 original Pikmin and plushie. Again, not a big plushie guy, but I'm glad I own these. They're cute. But it doesn't end there. Some of my high school buddies took a trip to Japan, and they brought me some nice gifts, including the purple Pikmin. Oh, look how chonky he is. He's got his hair. Yeah. Again, I was happy with the 3, but now I got 4. I have the purple Pikmin. Well, actually, I'm lying. I don't have 4, because I have the purple Pikmin and the white Pikmin. So now I have the original 3 plus the 2 added in Pikmin 2, purple and white. But wait, there's more! He also brought me, my friend, the glow Pikmin. And this creates problems. Because I could say, oh, I got the 3 originals. Okay, I got the 3 originals plus the 2 newer ones at the time in Pikmin 2. But now this throws the whole thing off. Now I have the glow Pikmin. A sane person would just leave it at that. I got those, and I got this. But I'm thinking this collection's not done. I'm thinking this means I have an obligation to continue. There's still rock, ice, flying. The point is, let's call this a work in progress. There might be more to come. From that same trip, I also got these, and these 2 came from Jomo. You know Jomo, he makes videos on this channel. Yeah, I saw these online from the Nintendo store, and I really want them, but it wasn't like realistic to pay the cost to import what are essentially blind box wind-up toys based on the various enemies. I'll flash up on the screen the variety, and this is my kind of blind box because really, no matter which one you get, it's gonna be a winner. So you might be wondering, what's inside? Well, we don't need to unbox them because they're already open. First one I got was the Dwarf Orange Bulborb. Yeah, just wind them up like so. Incredible. Sometimes you have a toy and a concept and it's just like a perfect synergy of ideas. And to me, that's what this is. It's just a beautiful product. And I wish I could just go down the street and buy the rest of them, but it can't be that simple. It can never be that simple. With Pikmin, Japan's got it good. They got the options, tons of things there. Over here, maybe it's a good thing, you know? Pickins are slim and I still managed to surround myself like this. And the other one was the Fiery Blowhog. Almost as good. I think the texture work on this guy's a little better. Like I know these guys in the game have a shinier look. Just, you know, toy-wise, this one looks a lot cheaper, even though I know it's not. All right, and last but not least is something I stumbled upon on Amazon. I didn't know this was a thing, and it seems like it's out of production, but maybe someone found some old stock. It's really weird. When I placed the order, I didn't really expect it to go through, but here it is, the Pikmin 3 Deluxe figurine set. I did have a red Pikmin by himself, but this is, well, I wouldn't say it's complete because it's still missing a few colors, even from the time. But, you know, it's too neat to pass up, I'd say that. This is from the, I want to say it's from the World of Nintendo line, but I'm not actually sure it is. It is, however, made by Jakks, which is the same company that made those figures. And I would say that at least at one point, this very same Olimar and these very same Pikmin were sold individually under that banner. So we will open this up very carefully. The packaging is too nice. I must maintain the packaging. This is a little diorama backing that can be removed. I'm probably not going to do that. I'm not sure I'll be able to get it back in. I think it's... Oh no, if you pull this out, you get this little diorama background for your figures. Olimar. Oh, well, we'll stand them up later. It's definitely nice that they come with little stands. If you watched my Halo figure video, you know I'm a big fan of these. Some character designs, and the Pikmin is a great example, they're just not proportionate, you know, in the right way. Like, they got this big head with this large stem. If this was a real creature with its own muscles to support itself, maybe. But as a toy, without this base, that guy, well, you know, he's just gonna fall over. Some days I wish I wasn't like this, you know? It's like, I want to take these out. I don't want to dent the plastic, because that's gonna lower its collectability if the packaging is damaged. Oh, but I want to take them out. It'd be a lot easier if A, I didn't care about the packaging, or B, I didn't care about taking them out. I got the worst of both worlds here. It might be a form of derangement, you know? Probably diagnose me. I don't know. I feel like the little holes can't get it in the hole. You gotta work them in a little bit. And there we have it. You have Olimar, you got 3 blues, 3 purples, and then you have 2 yellows and 2 reds. Not sure how they landed on those numbers, but, you know, it's decent bang for your buck, and you can do a lot with these. I saw one of the Amazon reviews said, hey, I used them as cake toppers. You could probably hide them in the garden. I don't know how long they would last in the elements. If you have an indoor kind of flower area, these would definitely be cute in those little cactus pots you might buy. Yeah, the options are limitless, and I would say the quality of the figures isn't bad. Like, Olimar compares well enough to the Amiibo. This is definitely a more premium figure, and this one's sunburned by comparison. Definitely less detailed, but overall, you know, acceptable. They got the helmet thing going on, and the pose is cool, so really what more could you want? And, you know, the same goes for the rest of the Pikmin too. Some of them you can turn their heads. They're mostly leaves with a few flowers. Might have been nice to see a bulb or two in there, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. With the bases, there isn't really a risk of them falling over, except, like I said, some of them, I feel like the hole in the foot is maybe too small, so it's a bit of a struggle to get it in there, especially since the feet are probably some of the more fragile parts of the figures. The backdrop I could take or leave. I'll probably keep that in the box myself and set them up somewhere else. Where, I don't know. But this is definitely something I'm going to want to display on a shelf. I like it a lot. So what do you think? Is there anything here you're hoping to buy, you wish you had? Maybe this yellow Pikmin plush. Or is there something you own that you think I should know about? Definitely, you know, there's a lot more out there than just this. This is what I have, and trust me, there's a lot of stuff I'd like to buy. But still, share. Let me know what you have that's cool or what you hope to one day purchase. Just in general, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And hey, thanks for watching.